Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I talk all things lifestyle, mom, and saving money. Today I wanted to talk about emergency funds and why you should definitely have one, especially now with everything that's going on. My husband and I have been working on our own emergency fund for a while, and we're not done by any stretch of the means just because we don't make a ton of money, so we can't put in a lot of money. But I will share our goals, what our emergency fund is at now, and then what we've been doing to make sure that we can beef that up. First things first, what is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is either a separate account or somewhere that you can stash your money where you're going to keep it separate from your regular money and only use it for emergencies. Now, in my opinion, it's really important that it's separate from your regular money. Because if it's just in your checking account and you're like, oh yeah, this much of the checking account has to be the emergency fund, it's really easy to draw more of that when you're not thinking about it. My husband and I bank with a national chain, and we have a separate specific savings account just for the emergency fund. It's even titled in the nicknames emergency fund. Right now we have it set up to auto save $100 a month. And as of this morning, let me see where we're at. As of this morning, we're at $4,600.32. Now, most people will tell you for emergency fund, you want to get between 2 and 6 months of your expenses. And that's necessary expenses, not like bonuses or anything like that. Now, depending on where you live and what you do, that could be a lot of money. For us, we live on about $2,300 a month. So the $4,600, that's the minimum 2 months of emergency fund that we have. Honestly, I wanted to beef it up to about 6 months of expenses, which, if I'm doing math properly, that's $13,800. So clearly we're not there yet. We're only about a quarter of the way there, or a third of the way, depending on how your math goes. Point being, you want to aim for that amount just in case you get suddenly laid off, just in case something breaks down like your car and you need to fix it so you can keep going to work. If that money amount sounds like a ton from where you're at now, if you're in a lot of debt or if you're just a single earner on a single income, first step that you can do is get to about $1,000 of expenses. I know there's been news reports floating around that most Americans couldn't actually cover a $1,000 emergency if it arose. And I think a lot of people are getting a wake-up call right now about what they should be doing to prepare with their finances. Part of this mentality does come from Dave Ramsey's baby steps, but I can't say that I follow every single step in the order that it should be. In my personal opinion, I wanted the emergency savings account prepared before I started paying down more of the debts. My husband and I have a little bit of debt going on right now, but overall we're paying it down fine as we build this emergency fund at the same time. So it's kind of like we're working on it simultaneously instead of going step by step, as Dave Ramsey says. Back to the point. So you want to aim for that $1,000 first, and then go ahead and calculate bottom line, if you did nothing extra, like didn't go out to eat, didn't go to movies, that kind of thing, what do you need per month? And then multiply that by however many months you want to save in your emergency fund. If I remember correctly, about 2 years ago, we did draw from it because I accidentally overdrafted when I was doing our monthly bills. But that is the only real thing that I can think of using it for. We have had things come up since then that could be considered close to an emergency, but we always figured out a way to work out our budget so we didn't have to touch that emergency fund, because the more that you touch it, the more that it seems like, oh, I just have access to all this cash now. Once you finally fill up that emergency fund, you can start to allocate your savings to a different location. And honestly, one of the easiest ways that I found to get that emergency fund to just work for you and put it out of your mind is set up an automatic savings draft. Like I mentioned earlier, we have about $100 per month automatically taken out of the checking account, put into the savings account. That way, it's not even like you see that money at the end of the month, beginning of the month, whenever you get paid. It's just automatically over there in the emergency fund, and then you can't touch it. Recently, my husband and I also redid our family budget, which I will get into in another video sometime soon, possibly the one after this. But we cut out literally every single extra thing. So we're kind of living in like emergency mode, like if we were using that emergency fund, but we're both still working. That way we can try and beef up the emergency fund even faster and pay off some of the debt before baby Jay gets here. Also, if this is the first time you've seen my videos, I am almost 31 weeks pregnant and we're having a baby boy in June. So you can see why an emergency fund would be kind of important for us. There's not much else to it, honestly. I just wanted to give a quick little rundown of emergency funds, how ours works, some quick tips and tricks that you can do to build your own. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. You can also DM me on Instagram at thebryant.family. And then I do respond to emails occasionally, depending on if I'm paying attention to my phone or not. If you liked this video, make sure that you click the button down below. You can also subscribe for more content on mom, family, lifestyle, budgeting, all that sort of thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.